Hello YouTube, Aaron here with a little tech chat video about my new release of my handheld gaming edition of Apex. And well, this is primarily built off of CachyOS, and I just thought I'd show some of the things that I don't normally show in, or I do normally show in videos, but I don't really speak about. And one of them is the system tray. So if we go here, we have the option to turn certain things off. Normally they would show, and with me I just kind of like my taskbar to be minimal. In fact, that's why I built it in the first place. Then we've got the notifications here. So as you scroll down, this is one of the features I normally have cloned to turn the notifications off, because it makes no sense to have two icons if this icon is actually part of my theme. But yeah, so version 1.0 was a complete fail because I was actually learning .image.xz at the time, and I needed to kind of tinker a bit more to understand it. And I don't know what made me think to clone just files and think it would work. But basically now I make a FAT32 boot partition and create the grub in there, and then whatever it does during the process of cloning, I'm pretty sure it sets up another drive. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it obviously uses the BTRFS commands to clone things as snapshots, and then we copy it that way. But for some reason it just doesn't want to work with the handheld edition. Obviously the first version that I made was a complete fail. The second one, well, was a complete fail at the end of the day as well, but it did work at some point, and well, I'm not too sure what the problem is. But yeah, basically it just doesn't boot. It will not boot anymore. So the way that I've done it now is I've made a 17 GB ISO with two images that I've DD'd. So I just DD'd the boot partition. Sorry, I'm doing some work in the background here. I DD'd the boot partition, and then I DD'd the root partition. So that means that we're not compressed. So the system itself is 17 GB. If I was to compress this 17 GB system, it was around about 17 GB. If I was to compress that, I'd probably have about maybe a 12 GB system, 10 GB system. But yeah, so my scripts don't work anymore. Maybe look into that in the future, but for some reason, yeah, I've had to basically remove the BTRFS system cloner that I had for this. Overall, I'll show you the handheld. Overall, it works pretty seamless, other than the fact that I'm not really getting the full screen. I don't know if you can see, but I'm not really getting the full screen, which is drawing me down to looking into installing the Spitfire CKG version of my desktop clone, and it's got none of the SteamOS drivers and stuff. It just works that because I've got pretty much similar components. I've got my Ryzen 5 5600 just beside me. We're just doing a little clone mine, and it isn't working too good, but I could show at least. I've got my Ryzen and my GPU. Now these are obviously newer parts, so I can run the latest games. There's some of the games on here that I've tested just to see if they work. I had Steam open. I tried to do Xbox through the Microsoft Edge, but I couldn't get the control to work today. Well, it did work yesterday. I don't know why this is. Yeah, maybe if I don't know what it's doing. But yeah, we got some games on here. This is just some wacky little game that I used to play back in the day. Show my phone. video I'm making. Stick to what I've done before this. Want to get some of the other games that just work a lot better, obviously, are a game like this. I'm hoping that the new update to this that they're doing, if they are, you know, because I don't really know. There's a lot of speculation on the internet. Well, I'm hoping that obviously it's free, because the last one was, and I've paid through Steam. So hoping to get that for free. I think from now on I might just buy my games through Steam, because the Rockstar launcher doesn't work anyway on here. So I'll have to get. I've basically given up 2 games. Maybe in the future I might buy them again, but it seems pointless to do that. Rockstar doesn't work on here. I've tried it. The methods don't work. I'll be giving up Red Dead Redemption 2, is it? And I'll also be giving up GTA 5, which to me, I don't really play it anyway. So I'm gonna do the GTA Plus subscription and see, because they supply certain games, so I might be able to get RDR1 at least. Or I might in a year maybe get the newer version of this, just see where it goes. For now, I can at least build on it. I don't know if I'm going to be on the Steam version, the Steam gaming desktop for long, with it being half a screen. It just makes no sense. I might as well. I want to install Windows back on it, and then obviously try Spitfire, my desktop fully built, whatever. Obviously my full edition of it is not out, and if I wanted to build that, it's just basically copy 3 folders from the home, was it? User home directory, local share. There's 3 folders: the bin, the bore, and the applications. Is it? Oh, no, the bin goes before the share, and then in the share folder goes 2 other folders: the applications and bore. Oh, and then user local bin has a bore symlink, and then I just have to put the applications in the menu. Really, that's all I need to do with them, because the themes are not actually on here just yet. So I'll be copying the theme, the colours, should I say, over. The icons I'll put in op folder as well, although I will essentially be moving all of my op stuff into the home folder of the user from now on, and that just helps some of the complications of the op directory being root owned. But this is another game I'm going to give a go. I really wanted to show how to play the Xbox games through the Edge browser, but for some reason today it just doesn't want to work, so playing this game at least. So fan going off. everything just seems to work seamlessly. I haven't really gamed in a while. I'm not currently signed in, I don't really care. You can't even go online on here anyway. I haven't really completed this one yet. I've played the original. I've completed it more times than I've adult dinners, but this one I haven't really completed. I completed the other one as well, whatever it's called, can't remember.
Hey, yo.
And I bought this at a time where
I'm gonna take these rookies downtown. Are you with me?
the licenses and stuff were still. So some of the old music's still there, and it wanted me to update and transfer to the new art.
We need to go to Hercules.
Well, I'm more into the car mechanic simulator that I just showed. Building cars a bit though.
Give it up, Tom. Where'd the gas come from? Well, tell me you've been running a skip job.
100% legitimate, Luis. You know me. Total transparency.
Sometimes I wonder if you're brought me on as a partner just to share the blame when the IRS comes knocking.
I was investing in your industry and acumen. Don't look for anything sinister here.
That's what you say, Pete. But I'm kind of suspicious. Maybe witnessing that robbery made me paranoid. And maybe just hanging out with you. Who the fuck knows?
I want to get Rogue. Assassin's Rogue on here. I heard they're doing a Black Flag too. It's like that. I would like to see the game do better. Not like that. So I'd like the whole point of new features. Now I don't know if anyone knows.
Stop driving like a brick, Lopez! Steady as she goes, buddy!
I don't know if that's smooth sailing I need to read more into that. I do know something about that. But yeah, this works. I wanted to show the Microsoft browser playing Xbox games. Now I did have it working yesterday, but I don't completely know what I was using. I went to sleep on it and got bored. Microsoft Edge Gamepad. I don't know, maybe it's that one. We can at least try, but the way that I was doing it is we do this. Gamepad. Microsoft Edge Gamepad. Come back. Go on the browser. 39 minutes left to upload. I've just built like a custom arch. I want to do Artix next. I want to see what a custom Artix would be like. I'm going to still install this custom arch and see, because it's just a compressed arch in an image.xz. I'm going to see how big the system really is and what I would really need. It's 2.4 GB, but I know the system's compressed at level 22, so it's going to be a lot smaller than that. So when I install it, I'll be able to check the actual usage. But for now, we're just uploading it beside me. Yeah, so we go on here. I'm using a mouse. I don't know what people would think of this operating system. If you want to leave a comment, either because you've installed it and want to share something about it, or an idea, or what you think of this as I'm showing it, then feel free to leave a comment. But I don't usually get many comments other than what I had in my last video, and I've only got a thumbs up from someone, and I'd like to say thank you to that person, because I don't really get much to do with this. I share a lot on Facebook. I'm trying to keep up with the old KDE chat, because I just don't think it's nice. posting loads of stuff all the time, being that, you know, they want to show their own features and get enough people posting. The more, I'll be honest, obviously having the whole tick and yeah, it could be seen as spam to those who don't like it. So I'll try and not post as much on there. I'd like to put the gaming handheld version on there, but it's 17 GB. I'm pretty sure maybe 3 weeks ago I did post something, so there isn't really a time frame on when I can post on there, but yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago that I did post something, so maybe some time in the future I'll do it again. Do the handheld at least. Now, I don't know who's going to be using this. Is there a big community of people using this just yet? Obviously, I want to put Windows back on here, so I'm going to be using Tiny 11. You can get that from archive.org. I installed that on this one beside me, and yeah, I used Chris Titus's text tool, and I also used, because I don't know if I can't remember if he has a D control on there, but I always download D control anyway. I always remove the Edge browser and the antivirus, and with Tiny 11 being pretty cool and useful, obviously there's not a lot on there, to be fair. It's quite seamless, but then obviously the newer version of Windows on here look pretty cool. Will I be missing anything if I use that ISO? Because TinyCore's ISOs, I couldn't get a later version. I could only get the 2311. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if it was that version. My internet is being juiced by uploads. So normally I click on here and I'll just push A, and as you can see it shows now. And then I'll click on a game and I'd play, but I'm not too sure if this is going to work, and my internet is absolutely trash at the moment because I'm doing an upload. So I think that'll be it for today. Just show a few things. Touchscreen does work, but this is being a pain. RetroArch. I actually set my panel to 5066 currently. I just think that's a good size. I might, moving forward, if I'm going to be building updates on this, then I might put this a bit bigger as well. So maybe put that. Ooh, 25. We'll go another 10. Is that going to be too big? Ooh, didn't really want RetroArch to open. 25. 20. 23. I know the bigger size the better, because obviously then it's easier to push. 25 seems like a good size, and the taskbar being obviously, I'll just move some stuff about. I'm not going to really be cloning this system here on this, but obviously now that I'm testing it, the right size, you know, it's just, these icons are always going to be small. But for use, I guess, if you're installing this, then maybe set this to 23 and then set this to 66, because that's what I currently have it as. Well, my original would normally be 50, so out the box this is how big it's going to be. It's going to be like this. 15. It's going to be like this. It's quite small really if you look at it. So maybe 23. I like the number 23. And then go back up to 66. I'll put this in the newer update because it just seems to make sense now that I'm using it. Obviously needed to do my own tests on my own hardware to know what it'd be like. And I just think that this is the right size. So yeah, size 25 seems pretty cool. and size 66. This seems pretty seamless. Yeah, I do have some problems with opening applications certain times from this menu. That's why I use a mouse, but yeah, the overall experience of this has been pretty cool to use. To daily drive, I doubt I'll be daily driving this like this. With the whole Steam side of it, I like it, but it's not for me. It really isn't. I'd much rather set up the desktop side of it to run games as it normally would than to use the Steam desktop and have half a screen, as you can see, because that will just literally bug me out. I'm gonna see, because I just don't know yet, but yeah, that's how I feel right now. I'm going to be using this for various things, not just one or the other. It's a multimedia device, you know. I watch films possibly off of it. I've seen these new goggles that you can plug in. I don't know if that's some sort of a joke or if it's true. I might give it a go. Not too sure how much that'll be, but yeah, the whole getting it and seeing what it was like, I guess, is what I wanted to do first. To be on it daily driving, I don't think so. I'll more than likely just install the desktop edition, and then see if I get a full screen. I'll make an ISO. In fact, I might even boot the ISO I originally had on a USB stick, and just see if I had a full screen. If I had a full screen, then I'm more than likely either install my desktop edition as a secondary partition on the secondary set of partitions, or just reinstall it over the top of this, because yeah, I like CachyOS. Whether they fix the screen issue, I don't know. What the whole screen thing is, I don't know. But that's the only thing that's stopping me from using it full time, really. And the whole obviously Steam OS not being so you can't have multiple applications open at the same time, from what I know anyway. And unless I find a way to do that, that's going to be problem number 2. That's my biggest issue, because certain things just don't make sense to me. I don't like to live underneath a rock. If I'm going to be using something for something, I'm going to want to be doing certain things. So that could be possibly a feature request that I put towards Steam, to be able to have multiple applications open at the same time, because that's what these devices are for. Why else would you have 8 cores? You're not going to be using all 8 cores for that one application, surely. Especially if it's a Google browser that you can download from their store. If you didn't know, you could download a Google browser from their store. Where is it? There, the Google Chrome is from their store. I didn't have to set up anything. They just install it through Flatpak and then launch it. So yeah, that's it for today, really. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you're having a good day or night, whatever time of it you're watching this video. And it's a bye from me, Aaron.